Look at that young fella right there. This video was taken almost 7 years ago in December or November of 2018. And this is kind of what started me down my road on to where I am now. I wanted to kind of do a follow-up video because I feel like one needs to be done. I kind of came out of nowhere after giving Dodash her flowers at the very beginning. Like I said, I was one of the first people that called her out. She inspired me just like she inspired most of you. And when I first came across her channel, I was almost giddy with excitement about how excited she was and the message that she was bringing. And as I made the video, and I said in that video that I could never see myself beefing with a woman like this. I could never see myself, which I'm not, by the way. I want to make that very clear. And I could really never see her on anybody's bad side. Then everything else happened. 7 months later, I decide, because of a $20, $25 shout out, that I cannot take it anymore. I have to say something. Why did I come to that conclusion? Well, I brought it myself. And the muscles were straight too, man. I got to get them joints back. Man, why I brought it myself because I've been on YouTube since 2007 when I first created my YouTube account. Never made a video like most of you. Didn't make my first video for about 2 or 3 years after that. I've been on a long time. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've done a lot of things. The YouTube platform has changed a lot in a brief time. But why am I so tough on situations like this? With Dante London and his bad advice, and Dodash and what she's doing to my fellow creators and people who want to be creators. Well, I had to deal with something called, it wasn't Adpocalypse, because I don't think I was in the partner program for that, but it was where advertisers were pulling out of brand deals, advertising on YouTube, and creators were paying the price. Some of them had to go get jobs because YouTube, the way it was running their advertisers back then, it's a lot more strict now. As a matter of fact, it's better now than it was 10 years ago. It's better now than it was 5 years ago, which is when Logan Paul, I think it was 7 years ago, Logan Paul decided to do something dumb. He's a big YouTuber. He was big back then. He did something too dumb. And one person changed the entire process of how we get monetized. This big creator hurt every other creator. And I remember getting that email saying, you have 30 days to reach 1,000 subscribers. I was at 558 at the time. Didn't know anything about YouTube, what I know now. And you've got 30 days to hit 4,000 hours of watch time. So this current setup for YouTube has been like this for 7 years. It went into effect in January of 2019. So yeah, it's been 6 years and a few months. Why am I so tough? Because as I was inspired, like most of you were, I saw what was actually happening, who this person really was, what they were doing to smaller creators and newer creators, giving them false hope, false promises, bad advice. Nobody's perfect. Nobody gives 100% great advice all the time. But as I'm watching other creators do expose after expose after expose about this person, digging all outside of the platform, finding old videos, there was a pattern that developed. And then this pattern, those early videos they were great. Then you get to the repeat revenue videos. And so my spidey sense started to tingle right then and there. Because I know, I brought it myself, because I had to grind to get where I'm at. Like everybody else does. And what I saw happening is false hope. Not that I'm not jealous. I'm not any of those things, because I'm good where I'm at. I've made videos that have gone viral. That's not what it's about. Nobody talked about me. I didn't make any type of news or anything like that, which I don't care anything about that. But I had to grind just like everybody else. And the information that was put out there was deceiving, in my opinion. It was false hope, false promises, where it was very clear that this person had no clue what they were doing and how they got to where they got. Right place, right time, right topic. Those are the reasons that her and other people blow up. The biggest YouTuber on the platform, Mr. Beast. If he mentions your channel, you might as well delete it. Unless you talk about, you want to make your channel about Mr. Beast. Because his audience is not your audience. So when I started to see the hurt that Dodash was doing, I decided, you know what, Derek, you've been in the shadows enough. You need to come out the shadows, bro. And you have an obligation for your fellow creators to remind them of how this really goes. And then you get to the frauds of different type of things that you have to pay for and you're not getting your investment in return. I'm not one of those people that feel that if you give her your money, that's your fault. If you are, however, you can do some research and I do research. So I guess you're to blame for not researching something. But I'm not going to ever, I look at you guys as victims. I really do. You are victims. If you are promised, if you are told that you're going to get a service, we talk about all the time. You have plumbers, you have mechanics, people who provide services, who they come out, they overcharge you for minimal work. They make up things to charge you for that are not there. Most of us don't want to go to the dealer because it's overpriced. So we want to go to somewhere else, right? So I cannot let that stand. So for me, the thing that really did it for me was the $25 shout outs. That was just like, oh, no. I can't let this stand. I have to say something now because you got to remember, I have been in the shadows. I was one of the first people to call her out. I was in the shadows watching this. And I said, wow, Derek, you really misjudged this woman. You really, really, really misjudged her. So now all of this stuff is happening. All of this information is coming out. You've got multiple YouTube channels. You've got products. You've got lawsuits against her. You've got all of this stuff. And I'm like, wow. And now she's coming into the territory that I love. And she's messing with my new creators. I was once a new creator. You know how I got to where I am? Experience, research, trial and error. There was no shortcut to get to where I am. And I still feel I got a long way to go. I've got a channel with 33,000 subs that's essentially dead. That I don't know if I can fix it. I don't even know if I want to invest in trying to fix it. And you guys know what I'm talking about. That's a decision I have to make. I've just come to the conclusion with that, Derek, you don't need every channel to be successful. As long as you enjoy doing what you're doing, keep making videos. If they hit, they hit. If they don't, they don't. But why did I feel like I had to say something? Because I believe that everyone can be successful on YouTube if they find what they're good at. They have passion at it. If you do something, you have to have the passion to do it because there's a lot of bumps in this YouTube road. There's a lot of flop videos. There's a lot of potential burnout. What she's selling is false hope, false information. And she's, to me, I feel like not only is she defrauding, I feel like in a way, it's like extortion a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I know that might not necessarily apply to this type of situation, but it just feels like you are being taken advantage of. But I'm also aware that some of you are allowing her to take advantage of you. And then the thing that really took it over the top is, like I told you before, I watched Scamanda on Hulu. And I'm like, oh my God, Scamanda, same thing. And I'm just like, okay, somebody, now I'm aware it's not my obligation to save people. It's not my obligation to warn you. That's just how I am. I'm wired that way. There is somebody out there that will prevent making a colossal mistake by deciding not to sign up for this. And they'll come back and they'll say, Derek, thank you. Thank you for saving me. I equate this, what we're doing, no lie, to Scammer Payback, Pleasant Green, Jim Browning. Those are YouTube creators that their number one purpose is to shut down scammers. That is the one thing that they are dedicated to doing. My one thing that I'm dedicated to doing is helping creators who I once, a small creator, a creator that doesn't know any better, like this guy right here was with the muscles, bruh. Let's go, man. And a decent hairline. That's crazy, bruh. Age is crazy. I mean, don't get it twisted. I still look pretty good, right? I still look pretty good, but age is definitely catching up to your boy. But listen, this guy right here didn't know what he knows now. This guy right here had to learn from trial, error, experience, research. This guy right here didn't take shortcuts. And because of that, this guy right here is a successful YouTuber. I'm on the verge of businessman, entrepreneur, right? But I did it the right way. And I'm not saying there's no jealousy, there's no hate, but she must be stopped. I cannot, and myself and other fellow creators cannot allow her to keep doing this. And I did. I stood by. But one of the reasons I stood off in the background is because I said what I said my initial video. And I was like, Derek, man. I mean, because I'm like, I run toward the danger. So I'm like, bro, don't get involved. And you saw other people handling it. But I was like, oh no. Oh no. And if you pay attention to the people that she attracts, it's people that they don't know any better. They don't know any better. All the channels that I've looked under her comment section, there are very few of them that actually make content. See, she was great for the spark, but she didn't know how to turn that spark into a fire and a sustainable flame. And now those people are dying out. You can get a review for free that is much more helpful than a $200 review. And I'm not in nobody's pockets. Shoot, I got my own pockets to worry about. I'm not in nobody's pockets. I'm just trying to direct you to follow the proper channels. Let me just ask you this. Let me just and answer the question unbiased. Why would you not, if you are getting a free review from a YouTube channel that is dedicated to helping YouTubers like yourself, has over 2 million subscribers, why would you pay $200, $20, $2 to get a review of a channel that is not that? So you could get a free channel review from a $2 million subscriber channel whose entire purpose is to help you, and they do it for free, or you pay me. Answer that question. Why would you do that? You're not paying. I really don't know what you're paying for, but this is not toward the people who have paid. You have already gone down that road. You've made your decision. These are the people that are entertaining paying it. Ask yourself the questions. All I'm asking, do your reviews like you would do anything else that you would buy. That's all I'm asking. Review it, and review it again. I can't even buy a video game without reviewing it. I watch reviews. I read reviews. I watch other YouTubers. Do some research, make your own conclusion. And if your conclusion is to buy a $200 review or a $1,000 one-on-one, then that's the conclusion that you came to. You had your chance to be informed, and that's what you made. If there is somebody that think that they expect a certain thing out of that 1,000, and you want to know, you want to be informed to the fullest, then that's where I come in. All right. This video needed to be said because I don't mind being called names and stuff like that and all of that in the comment section. It's part of being online. That's what happens, right? But this guy right here, this guy right here with muscles busting out of his shirt. I still have that shirt, by the way. It don't look like that anymore. It's about to though. This guy right here was just like you. The reason I'm showing you this video is because this was the video that showed me how your audience works. My channel was not about, I'm going to show you, this is the intro to my channel. All right, let me unmute it. This is the intro to my channel. Watch this. So you see that? Hair growth, fitness, sports, everything. That is what my channel was. It was all over the place. I had no movement, no traction, and then I decided to make this video here. Look at that face. Look at that face. Look at that face. I made this video here, and this was the one. I said, oh, wow, there's an audience for this. And eventually, I wind up pivoting my content away from everything. I niched it down. And then in 2021, October 27th, I started the channel that is allowing me, one of the channels that is allowing me to do full-time YouTube. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, that's why I'm speaking up. I don't dislike her. There's nothing like that. I don't hate the woman. And whether what she's doing or not is illegal, because somebody said that in my comment section as well, that is a different thing. It's unethical, and it violates YouTube guidelines and policies. And it might not be around for much longer. All right, I just wanted to get that out the way, because we gonna be on it. We ain't getting off of it. No, man, we own it. We own it. I told you, Jim Browning, Scammer Payback, Pleasant Green, and everything else, everything YouTube, man, we're on it. All right. Hopefully that allows you guys to understand. And I'll catch you in the next video.